What's up, Aquarius? This is your message for February 2025. This is your general love, life, and spirituality guidance for next month. This is the Lady of the Throne Divine Astrology, and I am bringing you your prophecies, your prophetic divine astrological messages. Okay, so if you're not familiar with the channel, this is where God dwells within me as me, which means that my messages are coming straight from the divine. There's nothing hidden here. There's no gimmicks here. Welcome in if you're new, and join. You're gonna love this channel. All right, always positivity, always trying to get you to better. Okay, that's the goal. So Aquarius, let's see what's going on for you in February 2025. Speaking of getting you to better, that's what God is going to be doing specifically for you, Aquarius. What is happening in this month is your life is going to start to mimic the greats. It's like you're going to be following the footsteps of some great people, because you're going to start aligning. It's similar to Capricorn, and you guys are sister signs. So what's happening with the last 3 signs in the zodiac is that you guys are about to align yourselves in order to do great things in the world, positive things. So I think that you're going to be like following the footsteps of the greats in the month of February, which means that this means that let me use an example. Let's say if you're a person who's into gurus such as Gandhi, just as an example. And Gandhi was known to have very, very positive words of affirmation, have very strong quotes, life values, morals, and wisdom. A true guru, but a spiritual person, a spiritual guru, one who took the time out to meditate, to listen to God, one whose ears were sensitive to God's words. So something about you is like you're wisening up, your wisdom is increasing, your sage knowledge and information is growing exponentially. And you are trying to find out, how do I channel this the best way? Whether it's to capitalize or profit off of it, or is to just reach more people, target your perfect audience. Something you are about to find out that you do that is original, and it doesn't have to be public speaking or enlightening other individuals. Aquarians usually have a great knack for doing that, because astrologically the constellation of Aquarius is all about enrichment and innovative ideas, creating new things and bringing in change, transformation through these new concepts and ideas. So that's why I use Gandhi specifically for your sign, because you guys have a gene inside of you that makes you mini genius in different ways. So I think you're going to become inspired by something bigger than yourself. You're becoming aligned to your actual soul's purpose in February and what you were put here to do. So you're now seeing that maybe you have a bigger purpose or a calling. Maybe you never felt like you had one until now, until February. Maybe you never really felt like you could be more than just the job where you work. Then you're going to be realizing, wait a minute, I think I am good at something else, and I think I'm finding it. I think I am finding it. I think this is really coming together for real. I think that everything has led me up to this one point in my life where now I realize, wait a minute, I think this is really what I'm supposed to be doing. And things are really starting to come together. And I think you're being guided to see something more out of your life. A huge vision is coming together now. Something is really going to tug at you and tug at you and tug at you and tug at you and tug at you until you do it, or until you acknowledge that it is a part of your soul's path. It's a path that you're supposed to be on. And you're going to receive all the signs and synchronicity from the universe that this is for you, that this is something that you're supposed to do. You are, even if you have one person listening to you right now, you don't know who is listening in secret. Visually, you may see one person, but secretly, there's an entire community of people, or an entire group of people secretly listening. And you're affecting their lives every single day in a very positive way. So you may feel like your wisdom falls on deaf ears, but it's not true. You're just in the building stage of what is about to happen in your life. You're about to be put on a bigger platform. There will be investors. There will be people buying into it. There will be people who want to help. There will be people who need to hear it. There will be people who wait for it. Whatever you're doing, even if you decide to create a small business making baked goods, or a small business knitting or sewing, or a small business doing sketches, like art, anything, whatever you're talented in, or whatever you're finding a new passion about, whether it's like event planning, candy making, just little things that you don't think could be big for you can be big for you. Because you never know the community you're going to serve with your talents and skills. You never know who's watching your journey. You never know who's going to want to invest in it. You never know who thinks it's amazing. You never know. For some of you, the reason why this is happening at this time in your life and didn't happen before, I'm going to reveal something to you. The reason why it didn't happen before is because something happened around an eclipse. A specific eclipse occurred. And when this happened, this eclipse tried to put your life in disarray. An eclipse tried to hide your light from the world, which means that someone did a ritual under an eclipse against you, performed some type of spell, or maybe someone, if not, then if nobody did this, then it was just something about this eclipse when it happened, where it wanted to take your light from you. It wanted to make people not see all of this about you, but not forever. This past eclipse could have tried to flip your destiny, or some people could have collaborated against you to try to do this to you. I remember this happened to me, and one guy came into my business and asked me, he said, "You don't feel like people respond to you, even children and all of that respond to you differently now?" He even asked me, he was a part of the people who did it. And I looked at him in his eyes and I said, absolutely not. People still love me. So what's happening, Aquarius, is that you have reversed the curse. Whatever this eclipse had done to you a few years ago, because this wasn't recently, this was like, could have been 4 or 5 years ago. It could have been 10 years ago. Something happened with the moon, like where it tried to eclipse you out of your destiny, or it tried to bring darkness, like hide your light. Basically, something happened where all of your brilliant, amazing creations and talents, powers, and abilities were supposed to be like darkened. Like you weren't even supposed to be well known. It could have been like a centuries old family curse, but you've broken the generational curse that was put over your family. You may not have been the only target to this, is what I'm hearing right now. Something's telling me that this coven could have done this to your father, your mom. They could have done this to people who already experienced this in their life. These people already worked against people in your bloodline, and it worked. But when it came to you, you were able to break this huge generational curse that was prayed over for you to not succeed, or for you to be blocked, and to not be big, and to not be a star, and to not be famous, or to not be rich, or to not have, even if it's not that big, maybe they just prayed over you not to have money, or not to get your own house, or not to have a husband, or not to have a wife, or not to have this and not to have that. You've broken that. You reversed that. And the same coven or people who did this to you are getting stripped of everything that they prayed against you. All of those things that they gained for doing this to you, they'll no longer have it. Because you don't hurt a person who hadn't hurt you. You had to, it's like the good suffering for the bad. Because you're good, you suffered for other people's envy and hate toward people in your bloodline that are like you. Just because you have that blood, people went against you before understanding who you really are. Well, now the world will see. All right, Aquarius, that's all I have for you. Thank you and God bless.